I've been hanging around waiting to show y'all my chili recipe. Check it out. I got 3 poblano peppers, 3 green hatch chilies, and 3 Anaheim peppers. Get you some olive oil and make sure you get them fully coated, just like that. Now we go into our 400-degree oven. Now we're gonna take this chuck right here because it's got a little bit less fat. We're gonna trim the fat out. Take your pieces just like this and cut it into smaller, more manageable pieces. Cut it into a couple slabs. Cut those in long strips. And then you just dice everything into tiny little cubes. I'm gonna throw it in the big pot. I got a medium-sized pot too. Get you 1 yellow onion. And we're simply just gonna dice it up. Add that onion in there with your meat. Look at that. They've been in there for about 15 minutes. Now you can see the skin on there is kind of separated. What this bag trick is gonna do is help that skin fully separate. We're gonna kind of get the air out of there. In about 20 to 30 minutes, they're gonna totally peel out of their skin. You'll see. So we're gonna add 2 containers of beef stock. Now we're gonna grab the orange Danos. That's right, that's the taco, you guys. Now, taco and chili seasonings are a lot alike. Taco has a lot of cumin in it, so does a chili. So we're gonna go in with about half of a jar of taco. Remember, this is 4 pounds of meat, you guys. So we're gonna go in with about half a jar of my taco seasoning. Then we're gonna get us some dark chili powder. So we're gonna add a bunch of that dark chili powder in there. I almost forgot, the Dano's Chipotle. That's the maroon top. Can't forget that. We're gonna add a bunch of that in there as well. Give this a stir. Put our lid on. We're gonna let that come to a boil. This is gonna boil for at least an hour because you want that meat to get super tender. That's why we got this in first. Let it start boiling. Now we're simply gonna cut this into some chunks. Now you're gonna need a meat grinder. Now we're gonna take our meat, throw it in that smaller pan, let our meat start cooking. Now you need another yellow onion. Add that whole onion in. We're gonna use the rest of that bottle of taco, a bunch of the dark chili powder, and then a bunch of our Dano's Chipotle. Get all that seasoning mixed in. Now we're gonna add us 1 32-ounce beef stock. We're gonna keep this on like a medium temperature. There's no reason to power boil it, just on a nice simmer, as to where right here, we have our power boil. Now look at that. You wanna keep a lid on it because we're gonna get those chunks super tender in about an hour. All right, so I'm going with 5 diced tomatoes. You can use 7 or 8 if you want. I know I watch people all the time and they put so many tomatoes in their chili. I personally don't like a lot of tomatoes in my chili. And yes, I'm gonna use something like a tomato sauce here in a little bit. Stay tuned. 1 diced green bell pepper. Now it's time for the magic trick. Watch this. Look, we're just gonna grab that skin, just peel it on back. Pepper just pops right out. Oh, look. So there's everything you don't want. There's everything you want. You got all your seeds in here. Dip them in the water. No more seeds. Stack them up. And that, my friends, is exactly what you're looking for. We're at the 50-minute mark. You can see we've lost a little bit of the broth. Let's try a piece of this meat. That is so good. That's just flavor packed. That's probably like 10 to 20 minutes away from being perfect. So now we're gonna turn this down a little bit because it only needs a little bit more cook time. So we're gonna add that all in. Give that a stir. I don't like a ton of beans, but I definitely like beans. I'm going with pinto, mild chili beans, and a little dark kidney beans. We're not straining anything, juice and all. Stir your beans in. And now it's time to add this into that. Ooh, that's hot. Now, remember when I told you, you gotta have some sort of tomato sauce. This is when I show you a little trick. I know you're gonna hold it against me, but let me show you. This is time. You pop the top on your Heinz ketchup. Yes, my friends, instead of using tomato sauce or tomato paste, it's a little bit of ketchup's all you need. For this big batch, I'm probably going in with like a half a cup. It's gonna add the right amount of tomato flavor. This chili's done. You can let it cook all day long. I'm gonna give me a little test. Look at that. Chunks of meat, chunks of peppers, little beans. Sometimes when I close my eyes at night, all I can think about is this Dano's 4-pepper chili. Yum, yum, get you some.